What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be breaking down my watch list, which let's start off with GJ, new week. You guys always want to start off on a weekly time frame, then work your way down. So last week we actually had a pretty indecisive candlestick. We had a little move down and then a pretty big move up, but ultimately price did reject the upside. Price did reject this resistance range being 160, where essentially we did see selling pressure actually come into the market. Now, these are kind of areas that you would have to pay attention to: 157, 200, 158, 800, 159, or 160. Then you have 161 and then 161, 800. These are all areas that you have to be paying attention to. Ultimately, like the major support range here on the weekly time frame is in between the range of 158, 250 and 157, 250, which is literally in a 100 pip range. But again, that's just like the higher time frames. Now, taking a look at this daily time frame, obviously price formed resistance here at 159,500, where essentially we did see selling pressure come into the market, but price is in an obvious range here. So the obvious range would be in between 157,250, 157,700, and then we have 159,478. So, or is it 159? Yeah, 159. Let's call it 159,500, right? So with price being inside of this consolidation range, you have to pay a lot of attention to price action on the lower time frames and what price action is doing on these lower time frames. Ultimately, price had just come down and rejected 157,730, and now we've actually pulled back up into 158,800, which as of right now, price is trading under 158,800 on the 4-hour time frame. So if price actually does maintain under 158,800, you could look for possible sells back down to 157,800, which is going to be our major support range here. Now, if price, let's go down to like a 30-minute time frame. If price actually does break above this 158,800 level, then you could look for buys all the way back up into 159,500 and then see what happens with price there. Obviously, if price continues to break these areas of resistance, like if price were to break 159,500, then price would go all the way up into 160, so on and so forth. But as of right now, with current price action, price is maintaining under 158,800. If price rejects and continues to maintain under 158,800, this will be a pretty good opportunity to short the market back down into 157,800. Now, if price actually breaks above 158,800, I will look for buys up into 159,500. Keep it simple. Then we have the NASDAQ. So the NASDAQ is actually continuing to trend bearish. Let's go to a daily time frame, see what the daily looks like. So far, price has rejected this area of support on the previous daily time frame, but price action right now is currently looking like it's trading under. So realistically, I would just continue to look to go short if price does break these lows. Continue to look to go short onto the next trading day, and then look for price to kind of come down into this 12,158 range and then possibly 12,078. Now, if price does break above 12,314, I would look for price to come back up into the 12,500 area, which is basically going to be this area of support over here. And that's if price breaks above 12,300. Now, US30 is a little bit different. US30 is just consolidating, very, very choppy conditions as of right now. But definitely what I'll tell you guys for sure is if price continues to maintain above 33, call it 33,700, then I would probably honestly look to buy it up into 33,900. Just to keep things as short and sweet as possible. I mean, we did have a rejection of this support range here, and that's if price actually breaks under that area. So honestly, I'm a little bit short biased here on US30 as well. But if price does reject this 33,700 area again coming to the New York session, then we could look to buy it up into 33,900. I would be very cautious just simply because we do have CPI on Tuesday, I believe. I haven't looked up the actual date when CPI, that data report is actually supposed to come out, but I believe it's on Tuesday. Now, S&P 500. S&P 500, I mean, we have this area of previous resistance here at 4070, I believe is the price range. So 4070, we have previous resistance, which has held as support for the last 2 days. If price does break under 4070, if price does break under 4070 here in our intraday time frames, then the obvious setup would be to sell it down into 4050, right? That would be the obvious setup. Now, if price breaks above the highs at 40.90, then I'll just simply look to short again at 4100. And if price breaks above 4100, then I'll look to buy it up into 4124. Wanted to keep it short, sweet, simple, and to the point. And that is going to be the breakdown for today. Hopefully you guys have a great trading day tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody.